How dangerous is it for a child to be in a car with a person who is smoking? The answer is more dangerous than you might think. Even one cigarette being smoked in a car can produce dangerously high levels of secondhand smoke. The health concern is caused by what you can't see or even smell.
We're talking about exposure to what's called fine particulate matter. These are fine particles, very small, such that the eye cannot see, less than 1,000th of an inch in diameter. The reason why those are particularly harmful is because of their very small size. They can reach down into the very, very small recesses of the lungs and cause damage.
Using a car equipped with specialized monitors, scientists like Dr. Kleppeis from Stanford University conduct demonstrations that are able to measure in real time the dangerously high levels of fine particulate matter inside a car as a person is smoking. The United States Environmental Protection Agency established the Air Quality Index to provide the public with daily warnings about potentially dangerous air quality levels. This index is also useful in examining the particulate air quality levels in a car with a smoker. The index starts at green, which indicates good air quality that poses little or no health risks, moves up to red, which means the air is unhealthy and everyone may begin to experience health effects, and goes all the way up to maroon, which indicates hazardous air quality with emergency conditions that will likely affect everyone. The first demonstration shows what happens when a cigarette is smoked in a stationary car with the driver's window either open or closed. Within seconds of a smoker lighting up inside a car, monitors in the front and back seat measure dramatic increases in the levels of particulate matter from secondhand smoke inside the car. Within 10 or 20 seconds, the particle levels surpass the hazardous level on the US EPA index. When the color changes from maroon to gray, particle levels exceed the highest level that the EPA included in its air quality index chart.
A smoker would only have to smoke for a few minutes, only half a cigarette, and before the pollutant levels in the car, in both the front and the back seat, would reach 10 times the hazardous limit that the EPA uses to judge the severity of outdoor pollution.
Even after the cigarette is put out, the toxic levels of secondhand smoke remain beyond the EPA's hazardous level for several minutes. Scientific tests show that the air quality in a car while someone is smoking is dangerous whether the windows are open or closed. Surprisingly, the pollution levels caused by smoking in a car can far exceed the pollution coming from the cars around you.
Here we have the side pack particle monitor that's measuring the air in the front seat of this car as we're driving down Sunset Boulevard. The levels are very clean. We really don't see any pollution at all, even though there's cars all around us driving around and we have the windows open. So our smoker has just lit a cigarette. We have all the windows partially or completely open. And as you can see, the levels are actually starting to increase just from the cigarette. From the background green clean level now to yellow or red level, which is getting up towards the unhealthy or very unhealthy level on the EPA index. So this is just from a single cigarette being smoked just for a few seconds in the front seat. Now we're actually above, getting up towards the hazardous level, which is above 250 micrograms. So as the smoke swirls around the front seat, anybody sitting in the front seat or the back seat will still be exposed to an elevated level of pollution that would be considered unhealthy by the EPA.
Driving with all the windows closed, except for the driver's window open approximately 6 inches, the results are similar.
Now it's going off this scale, which is at 1,000 micrograms, and that is over the EPA limit for hazardous, which is only 250 micrograms.
Secondhand smoke will also pool in the back seat, often exposing children to high concentrations of dangerous particles that linger in the air.
Certainly as a pediatrician, I'm particularly sensitive to the unique vulnerability of children to secondhand smoke. Certainly pound for pound, they breathe more air in on a minute-by-minute basis, so that in any given environment, children are actually sucking in more air pollution than adults in the same environment. And secondly, of course, they are still in a developing phase. When they are exposed to toxins like fine particulate matter that's in cigarette smoke, it is damaging to their lungs, and those damages can last throughout their lifetime.
The scientific evidence is clear. Smoking in cars poses serious health risks. Even one cigarette smoked inside a car is shown to produce dangerously high levels of pollution that is unhealthy to breathe, regardless of whether the car is parked or moving through traffic, windows open or windows closed. Children, who are often just along for the ride, are especially vulnerable. To protect children from this danger, California passed the Smoke-Free Cars with Minors Law, prohibiting smoking a cigarette, pipe, or cigar in a moving or parked vehicle